Okay, so today we get to talk about our favorite apps and podcasts. And since we don't have a whole lot of people here with us today, maybe we can talk about more than what we have in our ideas to talk about. And what I'd like is if you could, when you share your favorite app, why is it your favorite app and what's it do for you? And yeah, I'm excited about today. And I'm gonna
Hi, Bevy. I just want to say I'm here. It's
hi
Hannah.
Hannah. Hi
Hi.
Hannah. Um Speaking of podcasts, I'm just gonna say this because I was so excited last night when I found out and I heard Bob Geyer on blind
abilities.
abilities. I always want to say blind to life. On the podcast with him talking about his shop and his all the way it was fantastic, you guys. You have to go listen to it. It was just terrific. He's our man. He's our man. So let's start. Should I start?
I just want
Sure.
to let you know a few more people joined.
Well, maybe we should do introductions.
Let's do introductions. So Bob, you want to start?
Hi, everybody. It's Bob Geyer.
And Becky, and we have a new person with us today.
Yeah, hi everybody, I'm TJ.
Welcome.
Hi, it's Pat.
Hey everyone, this is Melanie.
Hi, it's Sophia here.
So that's the people at the table. Let's see who's online.
Audio
Patrice?
now unmuted.
Hi, this is
Zoom up
Patrice.
as new window.
And John Glass is here.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hi.
I'm Perla Coase.
Perla. Hi.
Hi, Perla. Hi, John. Hannah Fairbairn. I'm here. Hi, Hannah. Hi, John. Hi, everybody. I'm Sangoff.
And
Hi, it's Elizabeth Stewart.
Oh, Elizabeth's here.
Mhm.
Hi everyone, I'm Karina Ramirez. I am the new social worker for the Palo Alto office.
So Karina is
Karina.
in her first couple weeks as well, so she's just shadowing.
Welcome. Thank you for
Today.
joining us.
And she's taking over for Jemmy, who was our social worker in Palo Alto.
Oh,
Okay, and that's everyone.
Was Hannah,
what's that?
never mind.
Okay, so should I start?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll start. I'm gonna talk about my two favorite apps and it's interesting. I was talking to Pat on the phone yesterday and I made my choice because of something that she said. But my choice that I made all on my own is my Chase app, my Chase Bank app. And the reason why that app is so, I just love that app and I just feel so good about it. Like this morning, for instance, is how come I love it so much. Is I got an email from them, from Chase Bank, saying that I had one of my credit cards was due. So I opened up the Chase app and as I go down the line, there's a list of transfer from one account to another or bill pay, which that's where my Costco lives, is in the bill pay. But then the other ones that I have are they're Chase owns them, I guess. And so then the next thing I see is my accounts and how much money is in my accounts. And then I get to my credit cards. So I went down to Chase Bank and I double tapped on it. It said how much I owed. I double tapped on paying all of it. I went to pay it and boom, I just paid my bill. At the independence of it, the easiness of it. And then I didn't like the way that dental insurance was running. So I decided to have my own insurance account. So then I went to transfer money and transferred $100 from my bill pay account to my dentist account, insurance account. So that's the reason why I love the independence that it gives me. Independence is probably one of my most fun things, rewarding things that I have in the blind life that I live in. My other one, okay, so one
Could you
is
just say
Outgoing.
the name of that app again? I didn't catch it.
Chase.
Oh, it's Chase. Yeah,
Yeah, Chase Bank.
yeah. Okay, so
Can
it's
you guys hear me okay?
okay.
Yes.
Okay. My other app, incoming, outgoing, is Amazon. And the reason for that is that's a good one for this morning too, is I'm realizing I'm out of and getting out of a lot of things. And instead of having to wait for transportation or ask somebody to, do it for me, whatever, I can go on there and get most of the things that I want and or need. And like I ordered 6 things today that all house related, all coconut water, oat milk, etc. And it'll be here tomorrow. So I know that there's an issue for local stores not being able to, that it kind of hurts their business, not kind of probably, but quite a bit. But for those of us who can't see and can't drive and have to add one added thing to our lives to get transportation, it is so helpful. And they're so good about returns. If it doesn't work for you, you just call them and they send a UPS guy out, and they were charging for that for a while, but then now they're not again. And so they just pick it up, send it back, and that's it. And they credit your account. So I'm all for it. Those are my 2 favorites, and that's why. Any questions? No? Okay, who'd
I
like to?
didn't know that Amazon picked up from you. Where do you find that on the on the app?
What'd she say?
She said she didn't realize that Amazon could pick up from you directly. Where do you find that in the app?
Oh, you just call Amazon Accessibility
Okay. All right. Great.
and
Thank you.
they arrange it all. Yeah,
Great. Thank you.
yeah. John Glass, what's your favorite?
Well, let's see. One of my favorites is iNote, and this is a free app that allows you to identify paper money. And I find that I use it quite often. If I'm out shopping in person, and let's say that I get $18 back in change in bills, and let's say that that consists of 3 5s and 3 1s. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll just put that money in my pocket and I'll sort it out later so that I don't hold up a line or that sort of thing. And, of course, when I put money in my wallet, I fold it, as many of us do, so that I know what I have. But a lot of times, having the ability to use the iNote app to sort out money that I've gotten in change, and you know, being able to fold it and put it in my wallet at my convenience is really convenient. So again, that app is called iNote, and it's available as a free app. One of my other favorite apps is DoorDash, actually, and I know a lot of people probably say, "Gosh, you probably use it quite a bit." Well, I don't know if I use it quite a bit, but it sure is nice to be able to order food and have it delivered. And over here on our side of the hill in the Silicon Valley, there are now several hundred restaurants on the app that you can order from. And it's not just restaurants anymore. It includes Best Buy. I believe Bed Bath and Beyond is now available on DoorDash. And there are a few other stores that I'm just not thinking of at the moment that sell things other than food, that are available through DoorDash. So it's really growing, and you can order almost anything through them. They're almost getting to be a junior Amazon, I think. So those are my I think those are my 2 favorites.
All right, thank you. Do you have a favorite podcast?
Oh gosh.
That's okay.
I'll have to think about that. I'll
Okey-dokey.
get back to you on that one. Thank
All
you.
righty.
Audio now unmuted.
Debbie, I have a question.
Zoom
This is
has a new
Patrice.
window.
Get my computer to shut up. John, with DoorDash, do you order groceries from the grocery store?
No, typically we use Instacart for that.
Okay.
But it is possible to order groceries from some stores like Safeway through
Okay.
DoorDash now.
Good to know. Thank you.
And the Instacart on the other half of that is now you can get things from Walgreens and Best Buy and stuff like that. So they're kind of sharing that role with the different businesses.
There is some overlap between those types of apps.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you need a new laptop, they'll bring it to you.
Will I pay for it too?
The Safeway
Yeah.
app is very accessible and I think it's a lot cheaper than Instacart, but I mean, it's up to you what you want to use, Patrice.
What did you say? What was the app?
The Safeway,
The Safeway app. Thanks, Elizabeth.
you're welcome.
Bob, how about you?
Well, let's see. I think recently, and I should become a paid spokesperson for them, but Meta and my Ray-Ban glasses and the Meta app, they are just so fantastic to be able to use my Meta glasses. I don't know, I'm kind of excited about the new release. They're having their, I don't know what you call it, but their special event where Zuckerberg gets to talk about, how great Meta is and all the new features. So supposedly they're coming out this fall with another new line of Oakley glasses that are going to be the sport model, which are the wraparound models, which a lot of us want to close off all that light that comes into our eyes versus the I just took mine off so I could demonstrate on my phone, versus the Wayfarers, which a lot of light can get in on the side. But anyways, I use the Meta app several, I can't tell you how many times a day I use the Meta app and the Meta glasses. It just is so helpful around the house. When I was at an outdoor event on Saturday, kind of like a big tabling event. It was called Care Fair. And I was able to use my glasses there and ask, what were the different booths that people had and what information, what did it say? I even got to ask what Betty was wearing because she was talking to some of the ladies about her I guess it was a skirt that had all these fabulous colors and designs and everything. So she leaned in and listened while my Meta glasses was describing what she was wearing. So yeah, no, Meta, and I'm anxious to play more with it. I've played a little bit with it, and it's really fantastic as long as you're not talking to a rapid speaker. With your Meta glasses, they now have live translation. So I could talk to, say, Roberto. Roberto could be talking in Spanish, and my Meta glasses would be translating everything he says to me in my ear in English, live, real time.
That's so cool.
That's awesome. Amazing.
And right now they do Spanish, French, German, and there's a fourth language. I can't think of what it is. So right now they do 4 languages, but they plan to, keep expanding that to additional languages. So
Wonder how accurate it is. Do they use Google Translate?
from what I've heard from people who've used it, they've had mixed results in the beginning, but they find that it's getting more and more accurate. It's not good if it's rapid talk, and somebody speaking really, really quickly in their language, it can stumble on that. And some people have discussed that there's a little bit of latency, that it's just, a few moments behind what the person is speaking. So if you're standing there and you hear them speaking and, there's a little bit of a delay before your glasses start to talk to you. But I mean,
Seems normal.
That's normal to me. Yeah. So
Wow.
anyways, that's another great feature of the Meta glasses. It's
Zoom
live,
as new window.
live
Hi.
translation.
As new
And
window.
I know
This is Perla. Can you explain how to access that translation on the glasses?
sure. I have to, it's the second to last tab on the bottom. When you're in the Meta app, you tap on that. I think that's not Explore. Hold on one second and I'll get it here. It's under activity. So you tap on the activity tab and then translation is right there that you can tap on.
Cool.
Wow.
And I did hear, that Apple announced that their new AirPod 3s, maybe AirPod Pro 3s, or anyways,
Yeah,
their AirPod 3s
Yeah,
are going to be able to do the same
I'm
thing.
thinking I'm gonna get that.
I would wait
Okay.
until we get a little bit of feedback.
Okay.
That Apple promises lots of things, like their Apple Intelligence that everybody's still waiting for.
Right. Right.
So even
Okay.
though they did a real lifetime demonstration of their AirPods translating,
Yeah.
I think that was all for broadcast and sales purposes, and how it actually works in real time everyday life could be something completely different.
Right.
So I'd hold on.
This is Perla.
Go ahead.
I couldn't quote it. I couldn't quote it to you or tell you where, but I read an article with a guy that tested it and said that the translation was really good. So
Oh, good. Very good.
that's hopeful.
And they're not very expensive. I think they're
No.
like $249.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to update to 26, and I think we're all
Yeah.
kind of hanging back on that.
Oh, I've updated.
So have I.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problems.
Yes.
I've heard good things about it that people haven't been, through other podcasts, that people are having very few problems. They're very impressed with how it works, and that they do have a few known bugs right now.
But they're working on
and
it.
they're supposed to come out on their first update.
Yeah.
That they're going to fix those.
Bob, this is Patrice. I just wanted to tell you, and maybe this would help others who have Meta glasses. Mine kept saying, "Oh, you have to make sure you're hooked into Bluetooth," and I went to my Bluetooth on my phone, and it was on, and it looked like I was connected. And Bob's made the suggestion, turn off Bluetooth. And Bob, I turned off Bluetooth from the phone, not the app. Not exactly. And when I turned it back on, the app worked again. So everybody, the Bluetooth can be funky at times on the Meta. That's the only problem I've had, and that was a great solution, Bob. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I have a question for you on the Meta glasses too. Do you keep yours on all day? Do you wear your sunglasses all day?
No.
So you do put them on and off and on and off?
On and off, on and off.
Okay, yeah, that's what I do too, but I just wondered, yeah.
And just a point of information, I bought the transition lenses. I guess I like them because most of what I do is indoors. So and I do have some residual vision, so being able to navigate and see certain things, and then use my glasses to identify and read and that sort of thing is very helpful. But when I go outside with my transition lenses, they do not get dark enough for me. And so I end up wearing in fact, I have them right now. I have 2 pairs of sunglasses. I have my Meta glasses, they're somewhere here, and then a regular pair of sunglasses. Now I know I can change the lenses out for about $17, but I still like that I'm able to use them really easily indoors. Now those new Giga glasses, the nice thing about them is that they have clip-on sunshades or sunglasses for those, magnetic clip-on sunglasses. So that's kind of an exciting feature for those new glasses that are out there.
Can I ask you a question?
Can you
Bob?
flip them up, Bob?
Yes.
Bob?
Go ahead,
Can you
Hannah.
flip up those ones? Hi. You know,
Right.
there used to be a kind that clipped on and then you could flip them up and flip them down again.
There
Yes.
used to be those, yeah.
Yeah. And so the new Giga ones are similar to that, except they clip on by magnets. And so they're held on to the frames with magnets.
Right. But do you have to take them off or can you flip them up?
Oh, that
So
I
that-
don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That used to be a really good feature when you were just going in somewhere, you know, and
Right.
didn't want to take them off entirely. But anyway, okay.
Right. Just a real quick aside on that. If somebody is outdoors walking a lot in sunshade, if you look for baseball sunglasses, they're the flip up time that the baseball players wear out there on the field, and you'll see them flip them down, you know, when they're trying to catch a fly ball, and then otherwise they flip them up. And I have a pair of those, and the pair that I bought are not polarized light, and I prefer that, but they do work. They're very handy for going sunshade. Anyways, we diverge from
Sophia had a question.
I have a
Oh,
question.
I'll say
sorry.
that for the end.
It's okay.
I have a question about, and maybe this is self-evident, but there's a book on Bard that doesn't come, I can't find it in English. It's in German. Would the glasses translate that?
I don't think so directly with the glasses, because the translation is picking up speech, so it's audio that's what it's listening to. It's not reading the text, but you can read text, but I don't. Does anyone know if it'll translate written language? I'm not sure.
Well,
But
this says
Bard
written,
isn't
it's
written.
audio.
Bard is audio.
Especially if you have it on your IRA.
Oh, so yes,
Alexa.
it would trans. Oh, thank you, Perla. I that sort of went over my head, but thank you, Perla. Yeah, so it should be able to do that. If you have your Bard on and you're playing it, you know, on your Victor or whatever, your phone, and you're playing it out loud, then the Meta glasses should be able to translate that to you.
Oh, okay. Wow, that would be amazing.
We just had someone join. Do they want to introduce themselves to the group?
Sure. This is Marcia Lowe. Hi, Patrice.
Marsha.
Hi, Marcia.
Hi,
Yeah,
Marsha.
you are
Thanks
now
for
unmuted.
joining.
Hey,
Zumas has
hey, Marcia.
window.
Hear
Yeah.
your voice. This is Patrice.
Hi, Patrice. Yes.
Oh, wait, what's your second app?
So my
Patrice is
second
the
app-
only one. Patrice is the and Sophia, I think, are the only ones that I know in this group, I think. But I just want to add to that last little bit of conversation. I don't know how much this is going to change, but I hear that iOS 25 have a translation.
We talked about that.
Yeah, so maybe it would translate. So I'm just going to say that. That's all.
Okay, thank
Marcia.
you. Okay, Bob.
So this is a very case specific app that I have. So this is one that works wonders for me because, as y'all know, I'm a woodworker and I'm in my shop all the time. But I just wanted to demonstrate an app. It's kind of a specialized app, a unique niche. But sometimes I think if people are aware that tools are available, they may not need it right now or know how they could use it. But down the road, all of a sudden they think, oh man, I remember that. Or you could share it with somebody else because it's not necessarily just for the blind. And so I'm going to try to turn this up. So
CVS Caremark, Wixie Talk.
okay, so I don't know if can people online hear that?
Yes.
No.
Okay,
Not loud enough.
ACB Link,
whoop.
Wixie Talk.
So Wixie Talk is the name of the app. WIXEY, talk. And what this does for me is it communicates to a few measuring devices that I have in my shop or around the house. And what I brought with me today is just a simple protractor that they have. It's just an angle finding protractor. So if you can imagine like two rulers sitting right on top of one another, and then at one end you would have them joined together at a pivot point, so that as you separated the two rulers, you spread them apart, you're setting or changing the angle between the two rulers, or two blades is what they call them. And there's a digital readout on the device. Now I can't even see that there's a readout there. I didn't know it's there. So if you had vision, you may or may not be able to see it, but it's connected via Bluetooth to my phone and to that Wixie app. So I'm just going to turn on the Wixie app and then demonstrate it real quickly.
CVS Caremark, Wixie Talk. Wixie Talk, power on.
So I'm turning the power on the actually it's supposed to switch it to that way. Yeah. No, let's turn it the other way. No, how to turn it on. Okay, we're just waiting for the power up.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't know who's talking.
This is Bob Geyer.
Oh, hi, Bob. Okay.
Protractor.
Okay, I don't know if you heard that. So it said protractor when it first turned on. And so with the two blades, the two rulers sitting directly on top of one another, there's a button that you hit for 0. And it zeroes it out. Come on.
Protractor power off.
Whoop. So see, it told me that I hit the wrong button. So I'm going to turn it back on.
Protractor power on.
So
0.0.
Okay, then the next button below that is you set the 0 point. And then now as I separate the two blades, it'll start
0.2, minus 3.5, minus 19.9, 13.9, 20.1.
Wow.
27.6, 32.1.
So I'm just
40.0.
So I'm just separating the two
40.3.
blades, and it's measuring and reporting back to me the angle between the two blades. So
switch button.
So I use this
4.3.
You get all up to
7.3.
90 degrees.
92.1. 90.6. 90.5. 88.7.
It's easy.
88.9.
It's easy to shoot past your 90 if that's what you're looking for. Oh, and that's one problem I should have I'm going to stop there. I should have gone into my iPhone and switched my screen timeout. That's one thing that interferes. It doesn't recognize, for whatever reason, that the phone is in use, and so the screen times out, and then it stops communicating to me. So I would, at home, I would go in and I would change the timeout settings on my phone to lengthen it before. But anyways, you can use this around the house if you're, trying to put something at a 90-degree angle on the wall. Or I use it all the time to measure particular angles. And then I'm able to take this and go out into my shop and turn it back on in the shop and set my saw blade to the exact angle that I was able to measure. And I am able to cut more accurately with no vision today than I could 20 years ago when I had vision and would do the exact same thing. These digital tools and how accurate they are and how user-friendly they are to put on my saw and set the saw blades. It's just I'm just so proud of of a lot of the woodworking I do because it's so accurate these days. But anyways, those are my two favorite apps. And I was just using there's another Wixie device that actually measures the tilt on my saw blades, like on my table saw. It measures the tilt of the blade, and I just used that this morning before I came here. So,
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I do.
Hi, John,
Hi,
welcome.
Yeah, the question I have is that when I was taught up in Albany, you gotta leave it like an eighth for the blade before you measure
Yes.
anything else. Is that still true with that?
oh yeah, you still have to account for the thickness of the blade.
Okay.
Very much. I was thinking it'd be useful to use the strawberries, which are a bit.
So,
shorter.
do you have a favorite podcast?
Well, not because I'm on one of the recent podcasts, but Blind Abilities. It's the Blind Abilities. Let's call it network. They have a whole series of different podcast shows that they put on the Blind Abilities network. They don't call it a network, but that's kind of how I think of it. Or channel. Think of it as the Blind Abilities channel. And then you could go on there and they have like Wellness Wednesday with two psychologists, licensed therapists that are on there every Wednesday, and both of them are blind. And then they have the most recent one that released on Sunday was Tech Abilities, where they talk about the latest in technology. And they have different ones for transition age students who are transitioning to college, and like 3 other ones that I can't think of right now. So the Blind Abilities Network, I think, is a channel, is one of my favorite ones.
Podcast.
Podcasts.
Okay.
And I often put some of them in the newsletter. So under the podcast of the month, there may be one. Actually, I should have said that.
No, I've been sent a link for a good blind abilities to feature, and that's
Absolutely.
And then
It's a
next
good thing.
not from you. On your behalf, perhaps.
It's a great one. So Hannah, what's your favorite apps?
I think she might have stepped away for a moment.
Oh, Perla, what's your favorite apps?
Oh, I thought I was muted. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I just had an experience today that reminded me that I really like using the notes, and for one thing, I just like if I have something that I'm trying to remember, I'll just say to Siri, create a note, and she will ask me what it is, and I'll put in the name of the book or the person or whatever it is that I'm trying to remember. But today I used a thing that I created with Lauren sometime back. We went through and made a separate note for all the important things in my wallet. And one of them was my Medicare card. And credit cards and things like that, so that they're there and the information can be read back to me. The thing, and then we locked them. So you can lock your notes and put in a password. Well, it wasn't accepting my password, but it turned out it did the second time I tried it. So that worked. And what I needed was my Medicare number. That used to be easy when it was your Social Security number, but I've never memorized my Medicare number. And there was nobody home, and I didn't want to use my glasses or any kind of AI thing because I didn't want my Medicare card out there. And I needed to give it to somebody who needed it to make an appointment for physical therapy. And so I gave her all the information, and I told her I'd call her back with it, and I'm thinking. And I knew I had it on my notes, so I got my notes up. I got into that note, and then it was like, well, how do I memorize this? It wasn't going to work. So I used Bevy's system, and I got my little tape recorder out and slowed down the voice to about 40 and played my note into my recorder. And then, had a very patient person who helped me, and we both listened to it about 5 times before we got the number all straight, but it worked. And probably an easier way at this point, but I didn't have to. I guess I could have called Ira. That would be another way of doing it securely. But I do like my notes. I have too many notes. I need to go through and get rid of a lot of them. And then the other thing that I've been using lately is passwords. So when my password finally worked for these notes, I thought, oh, that's not registered in my passwords. And so I went into passwords, and I put, I just named it as notes. And I put something else there, notes something about needing or locked. Okay, notes, password for locked notes. And then I put in the password, and then Harv and we've got a shared password. So whenever I put in something that's important, then I add it to shared passwords with him so that he can get into those passwords too. And so
is
that
that a
way,
shared- is that a shared note?
if I forget it, well, you can add whoever you want to it. You can create different shared groups in your passwords. So if you want to share certain things with your children, you can do that. If you want to share other things with your friends, you can do that. So you can create different shared groups. So I felt like I really accomplished something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, on my own. And so that was, and it was because I had done this work previously about getting passwords and cards in there. Now, I imagine now I could put it into the
Wallet.
wallet. And, I might have to do that because probably a lot of the cards that are in that notes, the locked notes thing, are out of date now. But this didn't go out of date. So anyway, so that was my favorite today for sure. And
That's awesome.
yeah, and podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts. So it just depends. There are a couple of podcasts that come from New Zealand that I really like. One is psychology, and one is philosophy. So I don't know if anybody would be interested in those. I guess TTJ is going to be starting classes again.
Yeah.
So that'll be my big podcast that I'm going to be spending a lot of time with. Getting
I-
my voiceover skills up again.
Hello, it's Hannah. I have to go in a moment, but I just wanted to say that it is worth looking at the iPhone app called Magnifier, because you think it's all about vision, but actually it has a whole section where it talks. And one of the really useful parts of that is that it will, if you move your it will not only tell you what's in front of you in the way that many apps do now, but what it does is tell you where any door is in front of you. There's a special door thing, and it will tell you where the door is, which I thought I might mention. Anyway, it's called Magnifier, and there is a lot in it that's worth looking at.
Wow.
Anyway,
thanks.
thank you all.
Thank
I
you,
have to
Hannah.
go. Bye.
Okay, thank you, Hannah.
Bye.
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 Does anybody have any questions for Perla?
I had one, I just want to make sure. So Perla, when you were doing the passwords, that's all just in the Notes app, and that's where you're able to share.
No,
No,
the passwords is a separate app.
it's a separate app by itself. Okay.
Yeah.
I-
And it's it's a locked app. So when you go to it, you have to be identified before you can open it.
I have LastPass, which is very similar to that. And I think the most important thing that I've learned about is if you lose your password, if you don't have a way of getting it back, because it does ask you to create a security, you can press the security hint so that you could try to remember your password. But if you don't have it, you lose everything. So that's one thing that I've learned that it is true for all of this. And you could share with your family member if they choose to accept your invitation, because my family has not accepted my invitation. They're going like, why do I need to have another app that I don't have anything to do with? But I'm just saying, well, I would share it with you if anything happens to me. And I've talked to LastPass, and they said that yes, if you cannot retrieve your password, you cannot get any of it back. So it's a very important thing to remember that somehow you should track it. So I have a feeling that the password app that Perla is talking about may be very similar.
So is there any other
Well,
questions?
can I respond to that? It's an Apple app. And so you can create a password, or you can use your face. So I have face recognition on that app.
Right.
And I do too with LastPass.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Thanks for sharing with that, Marcia. Anything else, you guys?
And my favorite app is it's called Riz Leo.
Well, wait till I call on you.
Oh, okay.
We're going back and forth. So Pat.
Oh, well, by far, my favorite app is Bard. Why not? Everybody else's.
Can you guys hear her okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll bet you that's probably one of all of our favorites.
Right. I use that all day, a lot. I'm on Bard looking for things and just checking out books, and then I see what they're about and, download or not. Put them on my wish list, everything gets but I spend a lot of time with that. That's my best friend. Besides Debbie.
Thank you, Pat.
And my favorite podcast is NPR's Book of the Day. I just cannot get through the day practically without listening to that. I love to hear what the authors have to say, and what their approach was to writing the book and maybe other books they've written. And you can go back on my Alexa, my Echo, go back to previous ones and re-listen to it, and it has so much information about books. I use that along with oh shoot, New York Times book review. Book review is another favorite. And I have a lot of things I use, but those are definitely my favorites.
Can you tell she's a bookworm?
Well, I'm going to confess there is one podcast that may surprise people that I listen to, but and it's Media Buzz Meter. It's a Fox News, and it's Howard Kurtz, and I like to hear people that are middle of the road, but I like him especially because he explains he doesn't just shout the news. He explains the circumstances surrounding it and goes into some history at times. He's a little difficult to listen because he does it slow, but I learn a lot. I learn both history about what's happening, plus what's happening. I mean, history of where it came from and all that stuff. So I really like Media Buzz Meter, and I like to be middle of the ground, middle of the road. So that was a nice find.
Does anybody have any questions for Pat?
They're shocked.
Miss Patty.
Audio now unmuted.
Well, hello, I'm not
Zoom
shocked.
as new window.
I wanted to talk about my favorite app currently that I use more than I ever thought I would is Gemini. And Bevy and I were taking a class with Roberto Attilano, and he showed it to us. And what I love about it is, you can go live and have a conversation, but it's so effective. I wanted to give my husband baking lessons with a chef or something like that, or for his birthday. And I asked Gemini, and he came up with like 4 different places where you can take baking lessons in Santa Cruz area. There was even one in Felton, because we're out in Scotts Valley, and it blows me away. And at first I was really hesitant to use GPT or anything like that, especially when Siri's involved. It seems a waste of time. But I really get my question answered with more information than I thought I would get. You simply open the app, keep swiping right till you get to go live, and then you double tap on it. Bingo. And you want to make sure at the end, when you swipe around, end conversation and double tap on that, so it isn't just going on and on after you left somehow. So that's the one, Gemini. And I want to jump to podcasts because I did go to iOS 26, and there were some confusing things that happened the way apps were arranged. So I went to Applevis, and they had 2 new podcasts on how you can go back to the way your phone app used to be, how you can go back to the way your Safari app used to be, where the tabs are, what you're expecting. There seems to be a general desire on the part of Apple to store things away. Not very helpful for blind people, but beware of more. More means anything can be under there, 10 different things in the new configuration, but they're giving you the option to go back if you want the same one. So if you try the new one and it bugs you, you can go back to what you used to do. Very simple. Again, Applevis, I also want to give a plug to, because I feel like since Be My Eyes took them over, the relevance of their productions, it's much more effective. Anyway, they're landing where I want them to land on what I want to know about. And so that's kind of old fashioned. I actually have it on my Victor reader, and I tried to go into podcast this morning with my new 26. Yeah, yikes, Rooney. I have to go through and go into settings and try to fix it so I can understand it. But I bet you AppleVis will have some description about that pretty soon. So those are my two things. And except that, I want to give one more promotion in the area of notes. Again, this is on my Victor reader, but the newest update for that, if you go into notes, you can now categorize your notes. You can move a note from one category to the other, and it's really easy. It's just 3 and confirm, and it'll move the notes. Say I want to move this now to banking, or I could call it bakery, and I really know it's banking, that sort of thing. But it was easy to move, easy to delete, very easy. You just type in, just like you would type in if you wanted to find a book title or something like that on Victor. So it's easy. And as Bevy always says, who can break into that except other blind people?
Yeah.
It's like it has its own passwords locked, because I defy you handing it to any sighted person, see if they can find just even where notes are, let alone how to interact with them. So those are my things, and if anybody has any questions, happy to answer.
Did you say you were able to get AppleVis on your Victor reader?
Yep.
Oh, cool. So just search under podcasts and put in AppleVis.
Yep.
Oh.
I have it too.
Have you, this
Yeah.
is Perla. Patrice, on Gemini, I've downloaded it, but I haven't tried using it. But can you print what it sends you, or move it to any place where you can save it or anything like that?
As I recall, so I just treat it like a boyfriend. So could you tell me? and then I found myself, he started giving me all these phone numbers and things like, whoa, but I didn't have a chance. I just memorized one that I could use when I gave my gift. I'd like you to try this, or there are others around. But I didn't do that, but I think there is a share and a save. I just didn't bother, but I bet you there's a share, Perla, or a save. And it really is, it's just so darn easy.
And isn't there a paid?
Well, I've been
Yes.
trying ChatGPT,
Mhm.
and it says it'll save it or share it or send it to someplace, but then it never does it.
Oh,
I would find it.
I do. I've done that, Perla. As I've used ChatGPT and talked about a story or whatever, and then hit saved, and then went to where I wanted it to be, and hit first copy, and then hit no, I don't even think I had to hit copy. I just went to where I wanted to put it and did the command for
Paste.
No, you'd go into the rotor, and you could do copy there, and then you go, keep turning it until you get to paste, and you double tap it, and then it pastes it right in.
Okay.
I'll try it.
Sorry, I was just going to say to Bob, yes, there is a paid version of it. And they send you sweet little emails and saying, don't you want like the best boyfriend ever? And I think, hey, I've already got a perfectly good boyfriend. Thank you.
That's right. You got
Yeah.
the best boyfriend ever, Patty.
No, so Bob, they haven't, I use it maybe twice a week, and I don't use it for more than 3 minutes. So I think, yeah, I'm flying under the radar, but it seems to be working so far.
I was just wondering what additional features the paid version offers.
Yeah, no, well, we should ask this next tech class with Roberto, because he's in a deep relationship with Gemini. He said,
Right, exactly.
He told Debbie and me, he goes, this, I use this thing 10 times a day. And he was like all over it. So he knows everything about it. So we should ask him. Thanks, everybody. Okay.
This is Marcia. I just want to add one comment to the notes feature. I learned that you can take photos with the notes feature. And I feel like I used to take pictures of things that I needed to save. And now I can categorize it under the notes rather than just having to search my photos for them. So,
Are you talking about notes that's in your iPhone?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can scan documents. I mean, that's what we did with the cards.
Yes.
So you can scan documents and put them in your notes also. And you can scan them right in the notes.
By the way, Holly couldn't make it today, but those were her, she has two favorites and notes was one of them. And reminders was the other. I remember when Patrice and I were doing tech classes here many, many years ago. And we talked about reminders, and boy, Holly just clung right onto it because she always makes grocery lists. And she, for each, whether it's it was Safeway or whatever it is, she has them all separated and she makes her grocery lists underneath there. So those were her two favorites. I just wanted to throw that in. John.
Oh yeah, my favorite app is Rosalia. And what it does, I'm showing you on my phone right now.
Can you just tell us?
Oh yeah, I can do that too. Yeah, what it does is that it'll give you directions. Like if you want to go to a restaurant, you just go to the restaurant and you swipe, each restaurant, and it'll tell you if you enter on it, it'll tell you where it is and everything, how many feet or how many, all that. And then I have another one. Actually, when you first turn it on, it'll tell you what's around you. Okay. And then if you're walking down the street with it, it'll also give you the street addresses. I mean, the street, the numbers of whatever the street is, like Seabride or whatever. And it'll tell you what's around you. So that's one of my favorite apps.
That's all Rosalia.
Yeah, that's
I
Rosalia.
heard of him.
And another app I like is an Ally. I don't know if you heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good app because you can actually speak to Leah, and you can ask her certain things. You can she'll also help you write an email or type an email like business, anything like that. But that's a little more involved. So that's basically my two favorite apps. Because you can walk, like if I can go out here and walk down the street, I'll tell you what's there, Like if you go to restaurants, it'll tell you and all that. I mean, I could demonstrate it really quick.
That's okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Audio now unmuted.
I just have a comment,
Zoom
John.
window.
I noticed, this is Patrice, that Rosalia was one of those apps early on that when I would go to AppleVis on Mac, it would, say this is a great app, for people who need that kind of description, either low vision or blind. So it's well tested, apparently. Thanks.
The only problem with it is now, what happens sometimes voiceover interferes with what it's saying.
Yeah.
So what you gotta do, you turn voiceover off.
Yep.
Or actually turn speech off. And I got my phone set up in such a way that you just do a 2-finger triple tap, but it cuts the speech off.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot easier than trying to ask it while you're on the road. But
Right.
it'll tell you what restaurants around you, and you just tap on it, and it'll actually guide you. It'll actually guide you to the place.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, John.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the computer. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth has dropped.
Oh, Elizabeth
We could
dropped.
maybe try Marcia.
Marcia, have you got two favorite apps?
I wouldn't say I have anything that I prefer one over the other. So, I mean, I like Bard. I like my notes. Um, I like my LastPass, and I think these have all been mentioned. So, I don't think I have anything that I would say is a favorite.
Do you have a favorite podcast?
I like listening to Ursula Klein, and I like listening to using the New York Times audio, but now they have combined the audio into their main New York Times app. So it's a little bit harder. I mean, it's like an extra step to maneuver that part of it. But I do want to mention because somebody brought up about iOS 25. The New York Times had an article about the iOS 25 in case any of you are interested. It talks about the new feature and it talks about how to undo your display with the new features that a lot of people are talking about. So maybe it might be a helpful tool.
Thank you, Marcia.
Yeah. This is Perla. Am I on?
Yep.
Okay, that would be a great link to send out to people, that New York Times article, if that's possible.
Sure, I can look that up and try to include it when we send the audio recording of this session. And you said it was published by New York Times, Marcia?
Yeah. Yes, it was just last week, right before they release iOS 25. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have a look into that.
This is Bob. It's kind of related to that, but it reminded me another good app is the NFB Newsline.
Oh, yeah,
app.
it is a really good one.
Because with the NFB Newsline, you can get free editions of virtually any paper around the world. So New York Times, the Post,
Cool.
San Francisco Chronicle, whatever. They're completely available via audio at no cost. And there's tons of magazines that are available on NFB Newsline as well. So it's all subscription free news and information.
What was the app again?
It's called NFB, so National Foundation of the Blind, Newsline, NEWSLINE, Newsline.
I thought that was National Federation for the Blind.
So did I not say that? I'm sorry, what did I say? Yes, National Federation of the Blind.
Yeah, you said that National Foundation for the Blind.
Oh, I'm sorry, the National Federation.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
There you go.
Thank you, Todd, I appreciate it.
Well, there is a down in LA, there's a place called Junior Foundation for the Blind. So, you know, they have a Camp Bloomfield. And I used to go there when I was a kid. And I knew the person who started that, you know, the director. And it was kind of fun, you know. You'd fish and then go horseback riding and you do stuff. And every year it'd be a theme. Like one year it'd be a pirate theme. You know, everybody go out, they look for treasure and they have a council with them. And but the best part of that camp being good food. I mean, we're talking you never went hungry at this place.
Get down to the basics.
Yeah.
Elizabeth has just rejoined.
Elizabeth House? Elizabeth, would you like to share your favorite apps with us?
Sure, sorry, I had to multitask. So, I'm here until about 12:30 now. So, until my ride comes. I like 2 apps. One is LinkedIn. It helps me prepare for job interviews. It helps
What's
me.
it called, Elizabeth?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, okay.
And it also helps me network with individuals, and also they have different videos on there you can watch for different resources you need help with your job lead. And the second app I like is the Be My Eyes.
Yeah.
Earlier today I was getting ready for my job interview later today, and I had all these papers and I'm trying to look for references, and of course there's everything but what I need, but I was able to find it. And also I needed I have all these cards, and that was a great idea. Perla, how you make notes, but I probably have about 50 different cards. And so I just take a little picture. I try not to show the whole card because then I don't want all of my information on those apps. But it's just a little area where it says like United Healthcare or my ID or Medicare, as long as it doesn't put my number, like ID number on the app, just so I know what cards, because I probably have like a Safeway card to, like I said, United Healthcare, and just have way too many cards. So maybe that would be a good goal, to go through my wallet and get rid of some cards. So those are the two apps I probably use on a daily basis, but I probably have about 30 or 40 apps on my phone.
Yeah, me too.
And I
Good
don't
on your
use,
job interview, Elizabeth.
Yes,
Hope that goes
yeah.
well.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't use Chase, but I use Bank of America. I have that on my phone.
Yeah, Wells Fargo also has an app that works well with, with voiceover.
Okay, I just have Bank of America, and I do have Wells Fargo with my mortgage, so I could look, see if they have something like that, the Wells Fargo app.
Yeah, they do.
Hi guys, this is Pearl. I need to sign off. Good luck with your interview, Elizabeth. And
Thank you.
thanks everybody. You guys
Yeah.
have
Thank you for
really
Thank you for
given
coming.
us a lot of good tips.
Right.
Right.
Thanks, Perla.
Bye, Perla.
TJ, do you have any favorite apps that you use?
Probably not exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get by with, at this point, with Siri,
Mm-hmm.
and I do use Notes, but wow, it seems that there's a lot more sophistication I'm learning in Notes that I can learn to work with better.
Yes. Yeah.
I listen to audiobooks on Amazon, but of course, I'd love to learn to get on the app that is
Bard.
costly. Yes.
You can probably have Melanie help you do that.
Great,
Yeah.
great. So, and I don't really listen to podcasts. I'd like to listen to podcasts. I'm learning a little bit more about what's available. So, but I don't have enough knowledge to choose any. So, yeah, and I use the Wells Fargo telephone system, but I don't really use the app. I just use the phone, the Wells Fargo phone number, and check on what's come in and gone out of my account. That and my American Express card, and that's all I use, and do it all over the phone. So I'm hearing about a lot of things that I wasn't aware of.
Sometimes Siri, if you want to download a certain app, sometimes Siri will help you. You tell her to download a certain app, and she'll do it. All you have to do is type code in or whatever, but she'll tell you to go to the app store,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Debbie.
Oh, man. I'm talking to you.
And just a quick reminder, this is Bob. Just a quick reminder that a lot of your podcasts you can just get on your smart speaker. So you can ask either, your Alexa or Google or whatever to play a particular podcast. And
For me, I just don't know any particular podcasts. So
ask her.
I listen from sports to woodworking to cooking to
Finance too.
I ask her about, games, or I ask her about different shows, or is there another, whatever you're interested, ask her if there's.
just
something-
ask and
podcast.
So that would be a new experience for me. Lovely way to spend a little time.
There's so much on there.
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah,
Like
there is.
podcasts, if you like murder.
Oh, yeah.
Every interest.
Yeah, all right.
News,
There's
all
all
that.
race games.
I just heard of psychology and philosophy and
So
so,
like
yeah.
now, I've heard of Mel Robbins, the book.
Oh, is he the
It's a
motivational speaker?
Yeah, yeah, she's on that.
Oh,
now,
it's
too.
yeah, well, I don't
Yeah,
know, yeah.
there's, positive thinking or
I'm sure.
meditation, you know.
Right, yeah, so,
Right.
I like the way she goes into, when I ask her what the word means, and then I just say, want more definitions, and then it's like, okay, I asked about something that she said, and it really, she'll go down this rabbit hole of words, and I just love it. I play with that, you know, trying to get to the, where I learned something new.
this is Mel Robbins?
No, I'm sorry, this is, just asking my.
Oh, Siri.
Alexa.
Oh, Alexa, yeah.
What does it
Well,
mean?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I don't ask Alexa much, but.
Oh, boy.
Well, you mentioned that.
Alexa is my timer, my companion.
Well, we're so excited you're here because we sure got a lot to share with you.
I am totally overwhelmed.
Oh, I know, I'm just.
I really can't tell. Yeah. And excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like there's so much information and.
Yeah.
I've been coming for a long time and I'm just like taking baby steps. I feel like, wait.
Yeah.
I saw they come up with a new app for translation now. I don't know much about it, but supposedly someone can talk to you in Spanish and it'll come out English on your phone.
The new AirPods that are out, the 3s, they do that too.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to somebody, it just
Yeah.
automatically.
Yes, they
translates.
are AirPods. And also I have an app here also, it's not an app, but it's name's Rosalia. Not Rosalia, but Ally. And she'll translate too. And sometimes Siri will do that. Yes, well, yes, I'm gonna call her Linda because if I say yes where it might come on, you know. So let me say Linda. No, I'm not kidding you.
It's Echo, so.
Yeah,
It's, who is Echo?
like Linda was, you ask Linda what, you know, you ask her what's a certain name in Spanish and she'll translate it.
So Sophia, what's your favorite app?
Oh, man. I need to think about it. I have a lot on my phone too. I'm beginning to
Yeah, me
have
too.
one. Melanie, do you have any favorites that you use?
Yeah. So have you guys heard of Spotify?
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
It's a great app. You can listen to music, you can listen to audiobooks, you can listen to podcasts.
Cool.
There's different types of memberships you can get, but you could typically get a discount if you're a student, or there's different like age ranges, where you can get a discount. And so I go there for listening to music and podcasts mainly.
Yeah.
And I use that every single day. So it's really
yeah.
lovely. And then another app that I really love is Libby. You guys familiar with Libby?
Yeah, the library one.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you just need a library card and you're able to get access to many different libraries, and
Wow.
you can put books on hold. You can also get audio book versions, or you can get, actually the physical book. So that's a really neat way to access those resources for free. So
Unfortunately, that's not accessible. The NFB of California was suing that agency who made that app.
Oh, Libby?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't hear about that. That's good to know. Okay.
And I want to mention Hadley.
Oh,
I
Hadley's
remember,
great.
yeah.
That's a good one. They have all kinds of groups and things that I belong to their book club.
Of course you do.
They're Hadley's frequently featured in our newsletter. So
Yeah.
And
They have a lot to share and
Lots
teach
of
and.
share and speech, and they have different classes on things. And,
Yeah.
And they're very, very I guess old is the only thing I could think of. They've been in business for many years and, yeah.
I think they're from
very
New York,
good.
Illinois,
back east.
they're in Illinois, cause I just
Oh, yeah,
talked to them
okay.
last week, I asked them all those questions. Trying to figure out where they're located, and they're in Illinois, outside of Chicago, and,
Right.
but she gave me a lot of more information about what they have. I mean, you can get it on their podcast, is it app? And, but it was nice for her to reiterate it,
Yeah,
and they're very available
right.
by phone,
Yeah.
very available.
And I've taken classes from them before and they're really, I can't say enough about Hadley. They are a
Yeah.
good group.
So I had a thought now.
I was
Trying to think about it.
back to you.
One app I really like, because I'm also a reader, and I'm not sure how relevant this is to this group per se, but there are in my neighborhood where I live, in a lot of the surrounding neighborhoods, the little free libraries, which I absolutely love. There are 3 on my street.
Cool.
And I learned that there is an app that was created, I think, by San Jose State, where it's kind of like a GPS and you can see where they're located.
Oh, that's cool.
And so,
Geocache.
yeah,
That's cool.
it's kind of fun. So when I'm going on walks in the neighborhood, I can kind of poke around and look at them. Now, not everyone is registered, so sometimes you find surprise ones along your journey, which is fun too. But I think it was actually my husband who discovered this app, and we planned a route on our bicycles around all the ones in our neighborhood as a fun activity. And it's, it's free, right? You take one and you put one in. It's kind of like a free exchange. And another
cool
idea. It is, yeah. There's one, like I said, 3 on my street, so I check it kind of every time I'm out on walks or something. And then there's one app that I won't say I'm experienced at using, but curious to learn more. I know Kata really likes this app. Is the Calm app. She's shared with me that she started doing sort of like guided meditations every night.
Oh,
kind of winds
Betsy
down.
uses that one a lot.
Betsy
Yeah.
does.
Mhm.
And I think I'd like to try to use it a little more and explore it. Does anyone here use the Calm app or have heard of it?
I
Heard
used
of
it
it.
before.
Yeah, how do you
Yeah.
like it?
It's really nice. Yeah, you can choose between like kind of more like visualization meditations or more audio. And you can set like a timer on it, so it would do it at a certain time each day. It's really nice.
That
And there's
seems,
different features
that
you
seems
can
like a
unlock.
nice way to kind of end your day, I think,
Yeah.
before bed.
Definitely, yeah.
You gave me an idea with that San Jose app. So I make these dog biscuit boxes. That are like one is out by our mailbox. And so like if you're walking by with your dog, there's nothing that says free biscuit for your dog. And you can take it. And so yeah, how to get those on a GPS and get those out.
Awesome. I've seen stuff at libraries for dogs too, at dog parks and beaches, and it's like that. It's like a free little library for books, but it has sticks in it.
Oh,
In a
that's
little
fun.
sort of glass case and tennis balls and things.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Around here, you seen those boxes?
I've seen one, but then I've seen pictures of it online too,
Okay.
and in my travels, but it's really cute.
I like that. It's funny.
That's sweet.
I have 3 of them in production on my workbench right now.
Oh, how cool.
If anybody's interested,
You're so cool, Bob.
if anybody's interested, there's for, you take pictures like photos. But here's the thing, you take a picture of something, and there's a button in there you can push, like you take a picture of a certain plant. It'll actually describe what the plant is.
Yeah, that's a cool app.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What is that app called, John?
This,
I
it's
think
not
there's
really
a
an app,
couple,
it's in photos. And at the bottom it says more, and you push that, it'll say, it'll say info. And you double tap on that, and it'll tell you what it is after the picture of it.
There is an app
there's
though
like
that
3 or 4 apps.
yeah, and also the bird one too.
I haven't tried the bird one yet.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
It
We
is
use that
wonderful.
all the time.
Is
Yeah.
that the Marlin Bird ID?
Merlin.
So TJ, what that does is that you can be if you have the app open, you can, well, you tell her, cause you use it, right?
So it's put out by the Cornell Ornithology Lab folks. And so it's all about birds, and if you're a visual person, you can take a picture of a bird and it'll identify it from the picture. And it comes back with a database of all kinds of information about that. But for those of us that are blind, it has a record button on there, and you hit record when you're outside and you're hearing the birds, and you hit record, and then after you stop recording, it'll come back and it'll tell you with voiceover. It comes back and tells you, you know, it's this bird and this bird. And
Oh, wow.
if there's lots of birds singing at one time, it's hard for the visually impaired to figure out which is which. But if you could see your phone, there's a little graph and it spikes like at each bird, and so you can easily identify which bird is which if you could
I
see your phone. But otherwise, you just have to swipe through them and listen.
And how I know it works is I took a picture of I got a friend of mine, you know, she got a couple of pot plants, right? So I took a picture of one. And not only did it tell you what it was, and it described it, you know, this is sativa or the other one, yeah. It'll actually tell you what it is.
You know, I actually have the Merlin app on my phone.
Oh, cool.
But so would that work just with, if I were able to do voiceover or whatever I don't know what the system is called on the phone that I see people doing.
Voiceover.
Voiceover?
Right.
It would be the same app, just using voiceover would.
Well, but it'll work on its own as a standalone Merlin.
Okay.
It on the home screen, if you just scroll down a little bit, it'll have record. And then if you hit that, it'll come back.
It was really fun. One time when we took one of our walks with Bob at the what's the circle of redwoods?
Up at Henry Cow.
Henry Cow. We did that. We listened to different birds and stuff. And also that one we walked at the university.
Yes.
We were doing that then too. Yeah, it's very awesome. It's really fun when you're all together too.
And another app, like the one that John was talking about, but it's a paid app, and it's like $35 a year or something, so it's not cheap. But, it's called Picture It, and that's when you take pictures of anything, plants, and it comes back and identifies it. It'll identify animals, it'll identify bugs, rocks. There's all kinds of
Wow. How do you identify a rock?
A silly. I have a silly question, Bob, and I say it's silly because I'm not that technical and I don't know, but could those apps be integrated into how you use your Meta glasses? In terms of sort of processing the pictures and the sounds of recording, like you're saying, is that something you could use the Meta glasses
Not
for?
currently.
Not currently, okay.
The only sort of link that it would be right now is just that they would just be Bluetooth earbuds that you're listening to your phone, you know, through your glasses, but not actually using the video camera in the glasses to identify things.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were wearing the Meta glasses, if you could take a picture of something.
Well, let me back up a second. So it has its own system in it. So with the Meta glasses, you can, I mean, forget these other apps that we're talking about, but just with Meta, you can take a picture of a tree or a plant or anything.
Right.
And Meta will identify it for
But
you.
not through the app, it's its own system.
It's just its own AI,
Yeah.
the Meta.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And
So
Meta
that's
is
the
just,
word.
I mean, like John Glass was talking about, you know, with Meta, that it's Facebook, and so they got money. And so because they have the money backing them, I think that the Meta is just gonna keep getting better and better and better and better and better.
Yeah. I hope that the Gigas and those kind of companies can make it, but they're just small companies selling thousands versus Meta that's selling millions of glasses.
Right.
the
Yeah, and
difference.
Zuckerberg is putting his money behind the Meta glasses, so
Right.
you know they're gonna continue.
It's for the general public, so you got a bigger audience there.
Now, I know.
Exactly.
I have no illusion that
It
at some
started
point-
out for sighted people is what it's, how it started out.
At
Yeah,
some
yeah.
point, he's gonna have us hooked and he's gonna go to a subscription service, and if we wanna continue all those things, we have to pay for it.
So I know an app that's really cool to share, especially because we all know it probably with TJ, is called Seeing AI.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
And
got that.
if you have Seeing AI, you can like when my mail comes in and I want to know who it's to, I can put it over I can feel where the window is because I don't have any vision, so I can feel where the window is and put it just, you know, open the app and it's all ready for one line and it'll tell me who it's to and, you know, all that. And then if I want to open up the mail and read the Costco bill, which I don't, but anyways. You can then spread out the piece of paper and put it over the top and change it to documents. And it'll take a picture and read the whole
Yeah,
document to
just
you.
voices at the bottom of the app.
This,
Right,
you're doing this just with your phone?
yes, it's called Seeing AI and it's free.
AI.
Yeah, it's free. And also it has a color. Now, the color, I find the color, the Meta glass is the best for color, but there's different color apps that can tell you what color you're wearing or what color you want to know what to wear and stuff like that. And also the Seeing AI does have a color app. It does have a money identifier.
Yeah.
It does have a say like for a person like myself that has no vision left, you can move it around and if it'll just be going
Yeah.
and then if there's a light on, it'll go so it makes noises to let you know where the light is. Or maybe you
Or if
want to
the light is
find,
on, you walk-
or the light is on, yeah, exactly.
And
So
what app do you usually if you look in your refrigerator or someone is saying you look in your refrigerator, it'll tell you what's in there. Is that Seeing AI?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it does.
Seeing AI will do that.
I got,
Glass
I
will do that.
I know a little bit about it.
I
Oh,
can
the
just
Meta
open
glasses
up the
do it better?
refrigerator and say Meta, what's in here?
Yes, you can do that. Does it do it better? The only reason I might say it does it better is because it's tracking where your eyes are, you know, where you're looking versus your phone, you're trying to point
I see,
versus,
yeah.
you know,
would
just
know where it's
tracking.
at.
Yeah, but as far as it actually being able to identify stuff, I think they're pretty similar. You know, they're all using kind of the same language models, you know, AI
Yeah.
stuff out there. I think they're all interconnected and sharing all that information, so they're all
Meta
learning
glasses are
and
becoming
growing from
more
one another.
tempting every minute.
Well, the other thing it'll do too is, if you're in a room, it'll describe everything in the room.
Yes.
And plus, if you take a picture of someone, it'll describe what she looks like. I took a picture of my IHSS worker, you know, I known her for a long time. He even said she was elderly.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
That's not good. That's
Well,
not
she
good
got a
at
kick
all.
out, she goes, wow, that's cool, you know.
Yeah, well, not very much.
Gotta be
It-
careful.
it-
Unkind.
Especially on like a picture on the wall, like a picture of flowers, or whatever, it'll describe that too.
And
The only
which app
problem-
are you using? I'm sorry?
Seeing AI.
Oh, Seeing AI, okay.
And the only problem I see with seeing AI, it describes everything else around it, that's from like the wall and the frame and whatever else is there, it sees, it'll describe it. Yeah.
One thing that's nice about the Meta glasses is that we have apps that do everything the Meta glasses do also. But we have to use our phones and we have to get them zeroed in the right places and all that kind of stuff. But with the Meta glasses, you wear them so your hand's free, so you can, you know, pick up a carton of milk and say, what's in this, you know, what's the ingredients in this and have both hands. And that's, yeah.
Bob, you have the Meta glasses.
That's what I'm trying. I tried to turn it up as loud as I can. I'm just touching things on my phone to see if you can hear the volume from my earpieces.
I can hear it from here.
Can you at least hear the audio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a painting or a picture?
There is behind John on that wall.
Behind John.
Who is hot in here?
I can open up some windows.
Okay, that'd be great, thank you.
Hey, Meta. What am I looking at? Can you tell me what's on the left-hand side of the image? Can you tell me any more about the relief now?
Stop it. It's incredible. You hear it a little bit, Bob. I am, but I don't have my hearing aids.
Could you hear that, TJ?
Yes,
Okay,
I want those.
Yeah.
Hey, Meta, what am I looking at? Is there anything else you can tell me about the room? How many people are in the room? Are the individuals male or female? Well, that's interesting. Is there anything else in the room?
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's because because they took a picture that way, so let me look this way. Hey Meta, what am I looking at now? Yeah, yes. So it's sending it up to the cloud right now. It's gonna tell me I don't have a connection. Yeah, see, it lost its, I can tell as it was.
Let's show her,
That's
let's show her color, Bob, because I have a brand new tie-dye shirt on that
Actually, what,
Michelle's cousin made for me.
Hey Meta, what colors are in this shirt that I'm looking at?
we damn.
Are there any other colors on the shirt? Is that a long sleeve or short sleeve shirt? Can you tell me anything else about the person wearing the shirt?
Wow.
Thank you, Meta.
TJ,
Pretty cool, huh?
something to know is that our last tips and tricks session.
Yeah.
Actually, the topic was the meta glasses, and we have it on our YouTube, so if you ever want to listen to it.
Yeah.
We upload the audio only
Uh-huh.
of our tips and tricks sessions, so you can listen to it at any time you want. And it was a lot of folks here from this group, but you know, Patrice and Bevy and Bob all shared a lot of the features they liked about the meta glasses and what they use them for, where they use them. So if you're interested in the glasses, that would be good to listen
I
to.
would, and how could I do that?
It's when I send out the recap for this session today, I will link our YouTube page,
Oh,
our Vista Center YouTube page.
I
okay.
don't think she's in their name.
So I need to get on your mailing
That's okay.
list.
That's,
Yeah,
I have your
yeah.
name here because you attended. I'll make sure it
Oh,
gets to you.
great, thank you, yeah.
And you can listen to any past session we've had,
Great.
depending on what the topics are. So
I really, Pat mentioned that to me, that, and I really would have loved to have come to that, but I.
Well, now you can.
That's
see it on
okay, you can
YouTube.
still listen
Yeah.
to it.
So
Yeah.
I also want to promote one other Vista activity. So the first Friday of the month
Okay.
from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
Mhm.
is a program we call Tech It Out with Vista.
Like,
And it's generally always online. Every once in a while we'll do in-person ones, but most of them are online. This next one coming up is on a product called Way Around, and that's an app you use on your phone to help you identify. I have it on my phone and I use it.
Yeah, me
This
too.
I don't have it on this shirt, but I have buttons sewn into shirts, and
Uh-huh.
I just tap my phone and it'll tell me all about that shirt, the color, the washing instructions, whatever. So
what's it called again?
Way
the
around.
Way
app is called
Around.
Way Around, and so that's the feature for
Okay.
next month's.
And-
Next one in October.
And then, is it kind of like a Zoom type
Yeah.
Yes.
thing,
Uh-huh.
which I sometimes have been able to manage?
Well, it's.
And those are always recorded and put on our YouTube channel as well. So
Okay.
usually a couple of weeks after
Uh-huh.
the Tech It Out session,
Great.
those are
Great.
on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
So
a
that's
couple.
another app of mine that I'm gonna put in as a favorite is YouTube. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
YouTube.
Me too.
You can listen to anything. Learn anything. I think it's like having a set of mini sets of encyclopedias, I think.
I got an Instagram. I have Instagram on my phone,
Hmm.
and that's pretty crazy. And he tells some good jokes, and you know,
That's
stuff
another
that
thing.
stuff that some things some people
Alexa
don't
will
want to
tell you
hear.
if
You
you
know?
joke. Stupid jokes. It's
So,
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a problem.
We're